Alright, boys and girls, this is Benjamin Bok Choi welcoming you to the first F123 video. We are taking a look at Breaking Point. I apologize for whispering. It is about 1 a.m. or so right now where I'm at, and the apartment has really thin walls. So we're going to jump into Breaking Point. I've already done a little bit of playing, just a couple of laps in time trial, just to kind of get an understanding of the handling model, which feels a lot better than last year. I will have a initial launch review video up shortly, but I wanted to get into Breaking Point 2 really quick and just kind of get used to the handling model a bit through this game mode. And then we will hit up some time trial labs and some setup videos and stuff like that, and I'll walk you through how I do my setups and stuff like that at first, and then we'll take a look at F1 Life as well. But for now, we're going to take a look at Breaking Point 2. We're just going to go through the settings, immersive, okay, pretty much that's it. Not much here. Okay, let's take a look at Breaking Point 2.
Aiden, please tell us, how does it feel to be on the verge of getting behind the wheel for your very first race?
I feel like a little kid. I look around and I'm surrounded by my heroes.
And tell me about Casper Ackerman. How is that relationship coming along?
It wasn't my fault.
Well, whose fault was it then?
He tried to stop them from signing you. Didn't want to play babysitter. We all feel sorry for you, mate. You never stood a chance with him.
I had a call this morning from Christian Horner. You're being watched.
You know what his problem is, don't you? Thinks you're getting too old.
You want respect, you give respect. That's how it works. How about you give me a little respect? How about you earn it first? I'm done. You what? I'm retiring. Why didn't it work out between you two? He's on more money than me.
What? He didn't want me on the team.
Didn't I? And you thought I was past my best?
So none of this is true.
There's always gossip in the paddock. And ever since he's arrived, there's been one man at the center of it all. I want us to push for Forza.
Devin Butler.
I want us to beat Butler. And I want that seat to go to you.
So Alfa Romeo potentially on track to really upset AlphaTauri here. Butler's closing in on Ackerman. Down the inside he goes, and they've hit each other. Butler into the barrier, and that looks to be the end of the race for him. The Dutchman looks to be continuing and...
It's great to see him still in this fight, Crofty.
Good return, Aiden. What about Casper?
We let Aiden pass.
Let Aiden pass.
We did it.
We did it. Have you seen the crash yet?
Butler's okay?
Bruised ego, perhaps.
Okay. That was only 2 years ago, and I already forgot everything about that storyline. Miami Grand Prix, several races into the 2022 season. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to skip cinematic.
What was it like bringing a brand new team to the F1 grid?
You know, the first time you see a car, your car, with your branding, your name on it, in an official race, alongside Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, that's what it's all about.
You make it sound like a dream come true.
If only.
When did you first get a sense of what was in store for Connor Sport?
2022 season, straight out of the box.
They're really making this look like Drive to Survive, eh?
Is going to clash. That was a calculated risk. But the car, the car had problems.
We're midway through the Miami Grand Prix. It's been a cracking race so far.
All right, Miami is not my greatest track.
Absolutely, Crofty. Some fantastic driving here today, especially, I have to say, from Aiden Jackson. I don't think I've ever seen the Connor Sport car being put through its paces quite like this.
This is a team, Connor Sport, that have got a lot to prove this season, but Jackson might just be the man to do it.
Okay, we had to start that over again because the first difficulty was just way too easy. the AI were braking like 100 meters before you were supposed to. So we just started this over again. Let's skip the cinematic. We've got it on the second difficulty now. Let's see if it's a little bit more challenging.
Okay, Aiden, nice job so far. Let's try and bring that gap down to the car ahead if you can. Copy that.
Alright, and the objective is to just finish the race. So let's see how that goes. So we got DRS. Still not used to the handling model like perfectly yet. Oh, AI still seems slow on the second difficulty. I remember last year, just through those first few corners, you had to like baby the throttle. It's a lot easier this year. So much understeer with these default setups. Let's see if that fixes it a little bit. Alright, Bottas is going to go defensive. Doesn't help when he brakes like 30 meters before the braking point. And we've already caught up to Hamilton. Still gotta get used to the new HUD. You can actually accelerate out of third gear in that final corner. Or penultimate corner, I should say.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Whoa. They still brake super early on the second difficulty. I got the steering lock at 300 degrees and it still feels like I need to turn the wheel way further than necessary. And I did kind of listen to the first few episodes on like Jarno Apmir's channel, but I don't really recall what actually happened in the breaking point, like the first 3 episodes that he put up or so. Yeah, if we're catching up to Perez this easily on a default setup, then I think the difficulty is way too low. Is he going to brake super early again?
Nice move, good job.
Oh, you can get on throttle so much earlier.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 11.1 seconds.
You can actually feel the lockups. DRS seems OP this year as well, or at least overtake.
Okay, you've moved into P4. That's 4th place now.
Oh no, 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 no. I shouldn't have looked back. Sorry about that, boys. I wonder what actual difficulty this is on.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 4.2 seconds.
Yeah, last year you'd have to feather the throttle through there. And this year you can just stomp on 4th gear. Still hate that chicane.
Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
And now the car breaks down or something.
I'm losing power. Why am I losing power? Copy that. We see it. We're looking into it. Okay, I'm afraid you're going to have to retire the car, please, Aiden. Retire the car. You're joking! I'm sorry, Aiden. Pull over now, please. Pull over now. This is getting ridiculous.
And that's agonising for Jackson. Just a few laps left to go, and he's out of the Miami Grand Prix.
Oh, with every race, the car looks like a constant problem for Connor Sport. It must be devastating for the drivers.
And it was going so well, too.
The Connor Sport's Aiden Jackson won't be seeing the checkered flag today, but it looks like his teammate will. Jackson's DNF puts Devon Butler in a position where he might just be able to secure some points for Connor Sports.
Aiden's out. Yep, engine problem, I'm afraid. Good job you got me. All right, Devon, don't push it too hard. We cannot risk losing both cars here.
It's in the bag, mate.
All okay, Aiden? Yeah, how's Devon doing? Yeah, he's doing all right, mate. He looks like he's going to bring home some points for the team. Good for him.
Salty, salty. An engine issue forces Connor Sports' Aiden Jackson to retire from the Miami Grand Prix only a few laps from the end of the race.
It's not
Oh
one
boy.
thing, then it's another. Did you not see what happened out there today?
Aiden, I agree with you 100%. We are doing everything we can. I know the car is not perfect, but...
Andreo, it's every race. Do you know how I look losing easy points like this?
Knock, knock. Sounds like there's a right show going on in here. What am I missing?
Not now, Devon.
Why does he? Why does Devon look younger and younger as every game comes out?
All in hand. I had no problems today. Smooth. You know what they say? A shoddy workman always blames his tools. mate. You can look at my setup data any time you want. I've told you that. It might help.
And I've told you before, it's not a setup issue. The problem is...
Jackson, That was the problem with the 2022 season. Ask anyone. I mean, at the end of 21, everyone thought Aiden was going to be signed by one of the big three. But, guess they couldn't reach an agreement, so we both signed for Connorsport.
And do you think that affected Aiden?
That's no secret. Now, for that 22 season, Jackson was a nightmare.
All right. Let's see. Hub, performance, and reputation. Oh, so all you get is a wider range of responses. Okay. Reputation. Responding to your actions. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's see. Let's go to news. Uphill struggles at Connorsport. Remove from rivals to comrades. Oh.
Aiden, hey, I wanted to give you a heads up. Now look, the crew has shared the latest telemetry data with us.
Fine, but I don't think it'll tell me anything I don't already know.
Just humor me, okay? I'd like you to go through it. Let me know if anything jumps out. I'm keen to iron out these problems as quickly as possible for you.
Sure thing. Thanks, Andrea.
No thanks needed. I've got your back, Aiden. Remember what I said when you joined the team. I won't let you down. Ackerman wouldn't let me hear the end of it.
Yeah, sounds like Casper. You know he told me the same, right? It's just tricky, what with the car and Devin poking his nose in any chance he gets.
There is a lot going on for sure, but we're a team. We'll get there. I'll have a word with the Devon. Tell him to give you some space, both on and off the track, okay?
Yeah, alright. Good luck with that.
Okay, so the team's got our backs. Let's go to social. Oh, Tiamat Marduk. Goner Sport. Bye-bye, lads. Oh, that's clever. Well, we got R over there. Anybody else? I don't know. Tommy T999. Is he a content creator? I assume he is. David Coulthard. And Anthony Davidson. Okay, let's go to emails. Moving forward. Blah, blah, blah. Davidoff Butler. CEO of Butler Global. Okay. Where do we go now? Go to next chapter. All right. Alright, so we are at the Canadian Grand Prix 6 weeks later. Connorsport's maiden season continues to be marred by inconsistency, but team principal Andre O'Connor remains hopeful that their luck will start to change as the paddock heads to Montreal. Okay. Also kind of part. Okay, so we're controlling Andreo as well.
Hey boss, got a couple of minutes?
They indicated that Connorsport were easy fodder for the Canadian pair and that our drivers shouldn't put up much of a competition. Let's go with confidence. We'll have to reschedule team building and let the tour go ahead. We can't put the two... Oh wait, Devin was on a popular streamer's channel earlier this week and promised a behind-the-scenes tour of our factory for next Thursday. This clashes with our scheduled team building days for the engineers back at the factory. Normally I would say we don't let Devin's flights of fancy interfere with our plans, but that video has received a lot of views. The streamer has contacted us to confirm the tour. What course of action would you like? Let's go neutral. Okay, chapter 2 now. News. Continuing car troubles at Connor Sports Social. Okay, some more. Oop. Devin call coming in.
Just going over those last-minute strategy changes you sent over.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make it clear, whatever happens out there today, I get pit priority, yeah?
Well, we'll see how the race develops. If you need priority, you'll get it. But I can't go into the race with that on the table.
Look. We all know Jackson's not pulling his weight. Now, if you want the points, I need to make sure he's not going to get in my way.
What a dick.
Devin, we've talked about this. Give Aiden some space. It's not about you getting in the way of each other. It's about everyone pulling together, racing as a team.
Of course, yeah. So, pit priority, yeah? Alright, ciao.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Okay, emails. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Antonio. Antonio who? I don't know. Mark Priestley. Okay, let's go to the race. Several laps remaining. Aiden Jackson pushes on as he hopes to secure some much needed points for Connor Sport. Alright, let's go. Default setup again, I assume. I don't know. I think in 2021, some races you were allowed to pick your setup if you started from the beginning of the race. But if you got plopped into the middle of a race, you didn't get to choose your setup. But I do wish they'd let us choose our setups. Then again, I don't have any setup saved at this point, so it really doesn't matter. I'd probably just pick a default setup anyway. Again, if you missed the first episode, I'm kind of whispering because it's like 1, 2 in the morning right now. My apartment has paper-thin walls, so I can't get too loud. Alright, so we made contact with each other. Devin got the worst of it.
Unbelievable and totally unnecessary as well. Well, one damaged car, places now to make up. What a complete mess that was.
Alright, boys and girls, we had to restart it just because the second difficulty was way too easy. We are now on the highest difficulty. And the objective is to beat, or at least get P13 and beat Latifi and Stroll. Oh, Mick is so slow. Can we beat him to the hairpin? Just about.
Brilliant, nice move. Keep going.
Oh, can we beat Latifi to turn 1?
Gap to your teammate behind is
Okay, perfect.
3.2 seconds.
And we avoided contact too, which is nice. Oh, traction feels so good. Ah, no DRS. Alright, up next, Alex Albin.
Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
Sorry, Alex, I am your super fan, but we have to do this. I feel like I can push out of that corner a little bit more, but still used to F122. Alright, can we beat him to the hairpin? Oh, he's squeezing us. Okay, we got Norris and Joe up next. I think that's Stroll out in front of Joe. Four laps left. I think we can do it.
And some information on Leclerc. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car.
Leclerc is out of the race. Doesn't really help us.
Yellow flag. That
Whoa.
move was illegal, I'm afraid, mate. Return the position. Give it back.
Oh man, did I pass under yellow?
Flag.
My neighbors can probably hear my steering wheel right now. Every time I downshift. Click, 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 click. Click, 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 click. It's gonna be annoying as fuck, but I'm hoping they're asleep and they can't hear it. I actually had my wife do a test. Click the wheels while I was in the next room. It is really loud. Magnetic shifter paddles. Get a move on, Joe. Stroll is right there. Ooh. Got a nasty snap of oversteer there. How many laps left? Okay, it'll be 2 at the end of this lap. Probably could have dove it down the inside on Joe there.
Good job. Nice overtake.
Okay, 2 laps left to overtake Stroll. You know, the default setups don't feel terrible this year.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Breaking point in 2021, the default setups felt terrible. But they're not too bad in F123. Oh my god, they're just crawling through that hairpin.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining. Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap. Okay, you're creating some breathing space between you and the car behind by a few seconds a lap. Really good stuff.
Can we get Sonoda?
Okay, gap to the car behind. Car behind, 1.6 seconds.
Well, not locking up like that, we won't. Yeah, we don't have DRS. That sucks. Alright, at least we passed our objective and our bonus objective.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Okay. Chaos in Canada? Was it from Contact?
So it's been a day of drama here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve today.
That sucks.
But Ants, what stood out for you?
Well, it must be the Connor Sport moment between the two drivers there. Banging wheels, not giving each
Oh,
other
okay,
room
probably
to
from
track.
touching with Devin Butler.
Yeah, we enjoyed it, certainly. And Aiden Jackson, well, he'd have enjoyed the result. He did well to recover.
He did do well to recover.
Alright, so we made it all the way back up to, what was that, P9? I think it was P9. Alex would have been P12. Norris and Joe would have been 11, 10, and then Stroll would have been 9. So I think we made it all the way back up to P9.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari.
We don't need to see that. Post-race, nothing ever changes. Jackson Butler's rivalry from the past 2 seasons seem to be alive and well. Even when they're teammates, their unwillingness to cede position to each other at this Canadian Grand Prix is a bad look for Connor Sport. News. Social. Finished in 9th after a tussle like that. Nice one, Aiden. Thank you.
Aiden, just a heads up. We're putting the debrief back by 30 minutes.
Okay, thanks for letting me know.
Listen, while I've got you on, what happened out there today?
It wasn't my fault. Devin thinks he's the only one driving.
I don't want to dwell on it too much at the meeting, but this is not how we run a team. You know this.
Of course. It's just...
No, I don't want to hear it. We have enough problems as it is. Whatever has gone on between you two in the past, I need you to put it to bed.
Sure.
I don't want to have to talk to you like this, Aiden, and I'll be saying the same to Devin. Come on now.
Sure.
Come on now. I didn't even see who was at fault. Alright, I think we'll leave it at that for the first episode or second episode, depending on how I'm going to cut this up. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Remember to eat bok choy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.